a giant creature burst out from the abandoned battleship and lunged at the three people running ahead. Just a few days ago, U.S. Lieutenant Shaw, who had just finished a fight, received orders from his superiors to pick up a doctor from Japan at the dock. What Shaw didn't expect was that this Japanese doctor was actually a woman. Dr. Miura, racing with Shaw on the mountain road, was asked by Shaw about the purpose of her visit. Dr. Miura stated that a few weeks ago, they detected radioactive material in the mountains, and upon comparison, found that it was not from the military's nuclear bombs. Therefore, she needed to come to check the real source of the radiation. Soon, they arrived at the testing site and began unloading the equipment. Sounds from deep in the woods caught Dr. Miura's attention, and turning around, she found that Shaw was nowhere to be seen. Dr. Miura gathered her courage to stand up, and the sounds were getting closer to her. Suddenly, a man holding a camera emerged from the woods. Immediately, Shaw pointed a gun at the man's head from behind. The man, seeing this, hurriedly explained that his name was Billy, and he was a zoologist, specializing in non-existent creatures. Seeing the equipment Dr. Miura placed on the ground, Billy wanted to try them all out. Dr. Miura hurriedly stepped forward to stop him. Billy told them that the reason he came here was because someone had revealed that a fire-breathing monster lived in the mountains. The dragon. Driven by the principle of seeking the truth, he ventured into the woods alone, but after searching for days, found nothing. After listening to Billy, Sawai immediately thought he was a liar. How could such a gigantic creature exist? However, Dr. Miura chose to believe Billy, and suggested that Sawai return to the camp to report. Seeing Dr. Miura intent on going with Billy to search for the dragon, Shaw could only drive away helplessly, while the two walked through the jungle in the Philippines. To prove what he said was true, Billy took out a notebook from his bag to show Dr. Miura, looking at the special curves drawn in the notebook. Moreover, Dr. Miura took out the radiation trajectory previously collected, and was surprised to find that both were exactly the same. This further confirmed that the radioactive material might appear in. Thus, the two of them followed the map's path to search the entire forest. After several days of long treks, they finally made a major discovery. In the distance, on a patch of clearing, the previously sunken American battleship the Lawton strangely appeared here. 9 years ago, the Lawton was sunk by Japanese forces at Pearl Harbor, and who would have thought that 9 years later, it would reappear in a valley in the Philippines? What is frightening is that the two places are separated by 100,800 li. Who on earth dragged the sunken warship here? Driven by curiosity, Billy and Dr. Miura entered the cave. Inside, they found it in complete disrepair, overgrown with weeds. Suddenly, a loud roar made them stop in their tracks. Following the sound, they walked into the ship's bridge. The sight before them left them utterly shocked. Tens of thousands of crew members were stuck to the walls by some kind of slime. Meanwhile, returning to the camp, Shaw noticed the strange scene and decided to turn back to rescue Dr. Miura and Billy. At this moment, as the two were about to leave the ship, they were suddenly jolted by a strong tremor. A giant claw extended from the wall, and Billy accidentally got pinned to the ground by an iron plate. Dr. Miura wanted to help but didn't know how. At the critical moment, Shaw arrived just in time, dropped his backpack, ran forward, lifted the iron plate, and pulled Billy out. The three of them escaped from the warship that was about to capsize, supporting each other as they made their way toward the forest ahead. Accompanied by a loud roar from behind, a strangely shaped giant beast leapt out of the battleship, lunging at the three running individuals. At the critical moment, a deep pit saved their lives. The giant beast circled a few times in the air before returning to the battleship. Time goes back to that day a year ago. After they parted, Kentaro returned to his father's office. The sudden appearance of his half-sister made it difficult for him to accept. As he was angrily throwing things around, he accidentally noticed a nearby drawer. Using a key to open it, he discovered a book about the Emperor organization inside. Investigating the files and flipping through them, it turned out to be information on Shower. At the same time, Kate planned to leave Tokyo, but upon reaching the airport, she was stopped by a stranger. The man stated that he was a member of the Emperor's organization, and that because she had unauthorized access to classified information, she must come with him now. Seeing no way to escape, Kate could only pretend she needed to make a phone call. Once outside, before the man could react, she directly smashed her phone into his face. Unfortunately, after only a few steps, another member of the organization blocked her path. The man put a hood on Kate, telling her to calm down quickly, but as Kate's heartbeat began to accelerate, that terrifying experience once again echoed in her mind. During the struggle, the car crashed into a roadblock and overturned, allowing Kate to take the opportunity to escape. She went to the police station to report the incident, but due to a lack of evidence, it was unsuccessful. Falion, the persistent head of the Monarch organization, came to Kentaro's home again, demanding that his mother and he hand over the files. Sensing something was wrong, Emiko quietly handed Short's photo to Kentaro. Realizing that his mother's life was at risk, Kentaro pretended to go into the bedroom to get the files, but in fact, he had already escaped through the back door. By the time the members of the Monarch organization reacted, it was too late. By the next day, it was already late when Kentaro, outside, received a message from Xiaomei. It turned out he was also being chased by the Monarch organization. Thus, the three were reluctantly brought together once again. Xiaomei suggested they escape far away, but Kentaro proposed that they could seek help from Shaw. Based on the information found in the office, the three went to a nursing home and met the now elderly Shaw. Upon hearing that, it was the son of his old friend Taishi, who had been. Shaw invited them out to talk. In the garden, Kentaro explained the purpose of their visit. Unintentionally, Xiaomei noticed a surveillance camera in the nearby bushes and realized that this nursing home was a place belonging to the Emperor organization. Shop is not staying here voluntarily. He is being held under house arrest by the Emperor organization. Shop asked the three if they want to escape with him or accept the Emperor organization's endless lies. After speaking, he cuts the shackle on his foot with a knife and throws it into the nearby lake. As the four embark on a thrilling adventure, the mysterious veil of the Emperor organization gradually begins to lift.